John Alexander, used equipment manager. From my perspective, we attended a couple auctions, CAT auctions, one in York, one in Norton, Virginia. Looked to be somewhat thinking out of the box and where we wanted to go, just for reliability, an auction company that would take and have inspections, and also that you can go to one place and see the equipment. Well, we've done embraced CAT auctions with 30 or so pieces in this auction. One of the things that CAT auction does bring to the table as far as for a dealership is marketing event, the data that you collect with the auction, at the end of the auction, how valuable that data becomes moving forward. Use them as a customer base, people you need to contact, people that your dealership wouldn't see unless you had an event like this. Well, a lot of the other auction companies, and we're not going to name names, they have an auction, you lose track of that piece of equipment forever. Unless it resurfaces in your service area, you lose it. With CAT auction service, we can follow the equipment where it goes. We can provide product support with a list of what might be needed, the customer base, undercarriage work, service work. We still have our thumb on the pulse of where that equipment is, what it's doing, who's the customer, how many hours are on that piece, and all that goes along with that. We had a machine here today. We've had it advertised for $137,000 on the internet, on our hot sheet. We've had it advertised. Today it brought $145,000. There's a success story. I mean, we couldn't have done that. Well, when the salesman goes out and calls on a customer and he's promoting CAT auctions versus every other auction company, he's offering that customer a service. We can do this, we can do that, and where if he goes to Ritchie Brothers, he has no idea what is happening, what the pains that the customer is going through. He has no idea. With this, it's more contact with the customer. Customer, we go through a downtime and we start getting back into the realm of a good economy. Customer will remember that. That might be the first phone call he makes to that CAT salesman who helped him out in a bad time. The layout we have here, all the equipment's viewable. You can come and run it. You can start it and run it just like other auction companies. Difference being the day of, you're not sitting in an arena with dust flying. You're in a tent. You know what the bid is. You know what they're asking. It's a lot less confusing than if you go to another auction site. Most of the people that I spoke to today, it was a very good experience. They've got an education. They also attend other auctions, and it's kind of hard to keep up. It's hard to ask what that, you get the question, what did that sell for? I don't know. And so this is much more user-friendly, and the data that you collect is accurate. No, I mean, the staff being here, all dressed in a uniform type dress attire. If somebody has a question, they can come up to that person. In fact, today there was a couple questions about warranty. What about this? What about that? And they knew who to come to and ask that question to get that question answered. Once again, once that question is asked, the reaction time, how fast you get an answer back to them, is critical. So, not saying it doesn't happen everywhere, but it happens better here. People I've spoken to here, prices were very good. They might look to us in the future to have an auction. In fact, one customer in particular has already expressed interest in having another CAT auction. And I think the future will only grow from here. For the other dealers that aren't, whatever the case may be, if they're not in a partnership yet, or sitting on the fence, or if you are in a partnership and you just treat it as a regular auction, you're somewhat missing the boat, because what you have to look at is the big picture. Big picture being marketing opportunities. Like I said, data you collect, customers you collect, who is runner-up bidder. That could all go from one place and trickle down to product support, your CAT engine side, your industrial side. it just kind of gives, you're more involved. It gets the dealership more involved in and attuned to that one customer. Well, the sales force, they need to embrace it, and at first they're a little standoffish, but in reality they see, when they come here and they see the production and how this is done and what they can offer to their customers. Once again, I always explain to them that if they go to a different auction company, you lose track of that completely. There is no benefit to Alban, there is no benefit to the salesman. Once that piece goes into another auction company, you lose it. And to stay attuned to what the customer's needs are, get involved. I think it's been a good experience. I think the inspection process was a good experience. All in all, I think it lived up to the CAT name as far as what you've come to expect. When CAT gets into something, we want it to be the best, and I think it's the best of both worlds for different auction companies, and combined I think it's very, very good and well done.